What is going on, guys? Interesting video here. Now, last year when I did Mailbag segment, I actually just cut it up from the One Pride podcast. I'm not going to do that this year. You know what I'm going to do? Do what I decided that is a little bit fresh. I got questions from you guys right here, and I'm going to answer them. So this is completely new video. It's not going to be no graphics or anything. It's just me answering your guys' questions that you sent in, and we're going to have fun with it. We're not going to do an intro or anything. We're just going to get right to it. So, let's see here. The first question is, Mike, do you think that we will get a high-priced free agent in free agency? Appreciate you for sending me that. What do I think for free agency? High-priced, it depends what you're looking at high-priced here. Danielle Hunter, to me, is a legit target for the Detroit Lions. I think that's a high-priced free agent. Is he Chris Jones, or is he, a Josh Allen or of that stature? No, but he is a hell of a player, 6.5 sacks. I think the Lions target him. If they don't, there is other pass rushers they could look at for sure. There is, but primarily, if you want to get immediate starter, you're going to have to probably go in free agency. Or if you wanted to get a really, really, really good edge, you got to hope that one falls to you, or you trade up and get one in the draft. But I do believe that they're going to address the edge position in free agency, and that is a good thing for the Lions defense because we need help. And the guy who I've been clamoring for is Danielle Hunter. But I would consider that a high-priced free agent, but that may be it for high-priced, not just for free agency, but for high-priced. They'll get some guys as depth on all over the position. There's not really much to talk about there. We know what they do. That is how they operate and how every team operates. Got to have depth at positions for this team. Next question. Should the Detroit Lions extend Jared Goff this offseason? Yeah, they should. I think they should extend him. I know he's got another year left in his deal. Got to see the NFC Championship game. I've been a Lions fan for a long time. This is, for my own eyes, the first time we've been to an NFC Championship game. I was, 6 years old the last time they went? I don't remember that. Jared Goff is not the most elusive quarterback. He's not the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's a great quarterback. He's a great quarterback. He dissects defenses, stands in the pocket, delivers football. 4,500 yards, nearly 30 touchdowns. He did good in the playoffs. Why not? He wins. We need winners. Just because you're talented doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a winner. Doesn't mean you're going to go in there and light it up. So, yeah, I like Hendon Hooker. I do. But Goff got us to a freaking NFC Championship game. He had a good year, so I'm fine with extending him. Maybe till he's 34. Something like that. Maybe because they got 1 year left. They do a 4-year deal, so that makes it 5. It's a situation where they can do that. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. I love me some Game Time. With killer deals and last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed, you can stop stressing and start getting hyped for the fun that you're going to have. It is easy to find and buy tickets in every kind of event in your area, whether that's sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, or whatever. With the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the Game Time guaranteed, which means you always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same area, section, row less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You can get exclusive flash deals on tickets for football, baseball, basketball, concerts, and more. And in the middle screenshot, by the way, I think it's a fantastic feature of the app. It shows you where your seat is like a 3D live photo. So download Game Time today to get $20 off your very first purchase. Again, go to the redeem code section, plug in Lions Chat for $20 off. You got to create an account. Terms due to apply. And you can get that $20 off your very first purchase. The link is going to be in the description, the comment section of this video. If you're buying Lions tickets or any tickets into an event in your area, like the Van Andel Arena for me, make sure using Game Time. It is download Game Time today. Last minute tickets and lowest prices guaranteed. Mike, what position should they attack early in the draft? Real easy. Cornerback position, edge position, DT, guard. I'm going to go corner first. We have a gigantic hole, and there's going to be some cornerbacks potentially there at 29. This is the scary part because there could be a run at corners maybe halfway through the first round, and then we're screwed because we need to get a good corner. And there's 2 that should be available that could be available. Not should. They should definitely attack that. If those guys aren't available, you can look at DT. Maybe somebody comes in there. Edge rusher. Maybe somebody is there. And there is going to be guards at the end of the first round. So you'll get talent. It's going to happen. Just don't know what will be available. But those would be our 4 positions. I prefer, if there is, as I say, there's a Kool-Aid, I would take him. I'd do that. I just take him right there because he first off, he probably is BPA. And secondly, he's a position of need. Yeah, I think it'd be solid for the Detroit Lions to go that way. I do. I do. Miss your name, MicroMike. Mike, how about the Detroit Lions? This Super Bowl or bust. I heard you say that before. Thanks, my G. Super Bowl or bust. I've been saying this. I do think it's Super Bowl or bust. You try to improve every year. We get to the NFC Championship game. We got to get to a Super Bowl. That would be an improvement. It is this team. We should have high expectations now. We all should. This is not the same old Lions of the past. We need to have high expectations for this football team. We do. And there's nothing wrong with saying it's Super Bowl or bust. It's just not. So, thanks for the question there. Let's see. Should we get wide receiver? Should we get wide receiver? I'm not sure if it's free agency or the draft. We'll start with free agency. I think we should bring back Donovan Peoples-Jones. Cheap deal, and Josh Reynolds for a cheap deal. If that's the case, we're not drafting one. There's really no point. Unless you're talking potentially maybe like a kick returner type of wide receiver, something like that, where he's a special teams type of guy. They could do something like that. But we'll see what they do in free agency. If they don't bring back one of those dudes, maybe they could draft a guy, but I just bring him back. It's important for the Lions to look towards the future, but it's also important to stay the course. Should the Lions trade Hendon Hooker? I don't know where this has come from. I've been asked this, I think, every week now, and it continues. We're not trading Hendon Hooker. It's not happening. He's the Detroit Lions' backup quarterback right now. They like him a lot. He's not getting traded. Why would we do that? He's cheap. Quarterbacks are hard. Backups cost a lot of money. He's cheap, and he's a good quarterback. No, that would be a terrible decision, and they're not doing that. They're not doing that. I don't see it. Do you have the Detroit Lions win the NFC North? Right now I would say yeah, but I got to tell you guys, the NFC North is a tough division next year, and we need to be cognizant of this. We shouldn't be going out there, we're going to go 15 and 2 or something like that, and we're going to sweep the NFC North. It's going to be very difficult because the Bears are better, the Vikings are better, and the Packers are better. We could be splitting with all 3 of them. Could be 3-3 in the division because it's a good division. It's probably one of the best now in football. You're looking like that or AFC North. That's a pretty good division. The West is a good division. The Lions going to be up there with some good players. Question, do you like pizza? Yes, I do like pizza. One of my favorites. Steak, too. Like steak. Should the Detroit Lions draft a kicker? Yeah, I see no problem drafting a kicker 6th, 7th round. I'm going to be doing it on my mock drafts, get some competition there for Michael Badgley. It is important. We have not had a kicker since Prater. We need to get a kicker. We need to get better. We need to get that done for the Detroit Lions. Kicker, kicker, kicker. Go get the kicker. We will be happy as can be. But we got to do it right there. I have no problem wasting a 6th, 5th. You're trying to get a little bit different because I feel like they can get some good talent there. But 6, yeah, Lions should absolutely go look and to see if they can upgrade the kicker position. Every position should be looked at for upgrade consistently. Should we bring back Jonah Jackson? This is a 2-answered question. I would bring him back. I don't think he's coming back. He may want too much, and the Lions aren't willing to pay. Remember, they got to look at Penei Sewell at some point. Maybe they extend Taylor Decker. It's going to be difficult. I'd like Jonah to come back because that means you want to have another hole you got to fill. If he comes back, it's like, okay, we're pretty good right there. I don't think he's coming back. I would say 55% not, 45 yes. I hope he does. I hope I'm 100% wrong. I do. Hope I'm 100% wrong. So the lines get Danielle Hunter. Already talked about that. The first question. Appreciate you. Yeah. Should Craig Reynolds be our number 3? Yeah, I don't think we should get another running back. Craig Reynolds did a good enough job. Maybe they could draft a guy. Maybe there's someone like in the 7th round, right? They just want to compete, but I don't see them going to the draft. Just get Craig Reynolds. It's a good 1, 2, 3. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's see. What role will Jameson Williams have? Do you think he will take a next step? Or do you think he won't? Okay, for Jameson Williams, good question there. Really good question. I think he's our number 2. He played much better the second half of the season. I like Jameson. I've liked him since everybody was getting on Jameson Williams last year in the beginning of the season. I just said, calm down, calm down. He'll eventually come into his own. Came into his own. He looked good. He looked really good. So I am not the one to crap on JMO. I like JMO. I do. I like Jameson Williams for sure. What players would you extend this year? Well, I'd like to get Amon-Ra St. extended. I'd like a long-term extension for him. I think he very much deserves it right now, even though he's got another year in his deal. Jared Goff, I want him to get extended, even though he's got another year's deal. Okay? Maybe they can start the conversations with Aleem McNeil and Penei Sewell. That's an option. Remember, Penei Sewell's got the 5th-year option, so they could wait a little bit for him. It's different than the other guys. Aleem McNeil, they could do that too, because, again, he's coming closer. He's not the first-round pick. Whew, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. But I would like to see Goff and St. Brown. I feel like St. Brown has just deserved it. He absolutely just deserved it. And I want to see that happen. I do want to see it happen. Let's see. Mike, people call you out. I don't care about that. Let's get a better one. That same one. That's the same one there. Good question. Good question here. Should we go defensive tackle? Yes, we should draft a defensive tackle. I don't know what round, but yeah, we need to get a defensive tackle to pair him up with Aleem McNeil. It could be the first-round pick. There's some good defensive tackles in this draft. Edge, a little off. DT, really high. So, thankfully, that's the one position that there is a ton of talent at is DT. A little bit less at edge. Higher at DT, and we do need that need. So, good question. Appreciate you guys. We're going to do it again next week. Send questions in the comments, in the comment section of the video. You can hit me up on Facebook and put questions in there. Let me know, and I'll feature you on the next video. With that said, folks, adios.